All right, once upon a time, in a kingdom that prided itself on elegance rather than wisdom, there lived an emperor who just loved clothes. In fact, he loved them more than comfort, even more than the truth. His soldiers wore armor, his people wore rags, but the emperor wore fashion. Morning to night, he preened before mirrors. He changed his attire not for need, but for applause. He was a man wrapped in vanity and silk. Now word of his weakness traveled, as such news always does, and soon two clever strangers arrived at court. They bowed low, smiled wide, and introduced themselves as weavers of the rarest cloth. Their fabric, they claimed, was enchanted, invisible to any man unfit for his position or too foolish to deserve it. The emperor's eyes glittered. Invisible, you say? Perfect, he thought. At last, a suit that would show me who among my court is wise and who is worthless. So he paid them handsomely. Gold, silk, velvet, thread, all delivered to an empty loom. And for days the weavers worked, or appeared to. Their looms clattered, their scissors snipped, their voices hummed with industry, but there was no cloth. Still the emperor sent his ministers to inspect their progress. One by one, they entered the workroom. One by one, they saw nothing. And one by one, they lied. Magnificent, said the first. Splendid beyond words, said the second, each terrified to be the only one who couldn't see. When at last the emperor himself came to admire his new suit, he too saw nothing, but dared not admit it. For what would that say about him? So he nodded, smiled, and ordered the royal parade. The weavers, oh, they were generous. They lifted imaginary fabric, folded invisible trousers, and pretended to fasten buttons that did not exist. They even helped the emperor into his clothes. He turned, admired himself in an empty mirror, and saw a lie he was too proud to question. And out he went, through the gates, into the street, naked as the day he was born. The crowd gasped, but no one dared speak, until a single small voice, a child's, rose above the silence. He's not wearing anything. It took only that. The laughter followed like thunder, and though the emperor blushed crimson, he walked on, chin high, determined to finish what his pride had started. Because even then, even knowing, he couldn't admit the truth. And so the emperor's lesson came not from his tailors, nor his courtiers, but from the only one in his kingdom who had nothing to lose by being honest. For pride makes fools of wise men, and truth makes children of us all. And that, my friend, is the story behind the story of the emperor's new clothes.